So now we're going to talk about how we like to prep our vessels when we're working. Like we mentioned before, we love working in footed bowls, something that's a little more shallow and wide, but with a tall foot on it, just so that we can really allow it to spill over and have that sort of romantic garden style. And when we work in vessels like this, we like to work with chicken wire. We find that chicken wire is the best way to really hold a structure, and it really allows you to create an arrangement that's really big and wild without using oasis, which we try to not use when we can. So what we like to do is get a really nice rubber-coated green floral wire, and you're just gonna sort of hold it up to your vessel, and I like to make it about twice the size of the opening of my vessel. And then make sure that you're using a clipper that you don't really care about that much, because it will dull up a clipper that's nice. And then just really cut your wire to that size. So yeah, so now I have my ball of chicken wire. It's about twice the size of the opening of my bowl. And what I'm gonna do once I have this is I'm gonna start by connecting my 4 corner points. So I'm gonna connect these points here, and then I'm gonna come in and connect the other 2 points. So now I have it kind of open. It doesn't have to be pretty. You're just creating a structure for your stems. And then I'm gonna take my additional points, and I'm going to roll those in to create a ball. And if you need to attach any of these and sort of tie them around. Great. So now I have a nice ball shape that I'm going to be using. Just make sure that it sort of fits inside of your bowl. And the most important thing to think about when you're working with chicken wire is that you want your stem to not sit directly. You don't want it to just go through just one set of holes. You want your stem to be able to go through one set of holes, another set of holes, and then sit into the basin at the bottom of your bowl. A lot of people make the mistake of having the bottom layer of wire completely resting on the bottom of your bowl. So what you want to do is just flatten it out a little. You can even sort of dome your wire up slightly in the center. And that's really going to allow you to have that second layer of stem to go through. So it's going to be able to go through, and then sit inside of there. If it's just at the bottom, you're really only having one layer of stability, and then your flowers are going to fall around. Yeah, so now I'm just going to pop my wire into the top here, and I'm going to take my clear tape, and I'm just going to secure it in by doing a simple X on the top. And if you're traveling with your arrangement, it's not just sitting at home, you're going to want to do a rim around the edge. And that's going to keep it from having the adhesive sort of fall apart if any water gets in contact with the tape. So we're just going to do a simple rim. And if you're working with a smaller vessel with a smaller opening, sometimes what we'll do, if it's a really small, is we'll actually just pinch the tape at the top. And that'll give us more room for stems to go into it. Because when it is small, this tape takes up a lot of real estate. It actually almost like increases the structural stability of it. And then after that, we'll just put a little splash of flower food, and then we'll just top it off with water. You're just gonna fill it up. I like to do about a ½ inch below the rim, ½ inch to an inch. Flowers drink a lot more water than you would expect, so water level tends to go down pretty low. And then after you make your arrangement, you're going to want to top it off as well.